That certainly can't put them in the domain of bribe takers in this particular case.
Okay.
Then you come to the second question.
Yes.
Were they entrapping
Yes.
the other side? That's a simple question to ask. Now,
Do you have any doubts?
yes, I do. I don't think there's any question of entrapment, and I'll give you my answer. What is entrapment? Entrapment is when I induce you to break the law, which, except for my inducement or my entrapment, you would not have done. Now, just go back and allow me to read one small passage, which was also before the Parliamentary Commission, of Revati Raman Singh's evidence, transcript of the 21st of July. As you remember, Revati Raman Singh went to the house of Ashok Argal on the 21st of July. He met all the 3 MPs. Now, just, this is a transcript, it's here. It's the Parliamentary Committee report. I've got it at page 8. Just see what he says. Revati Raman Singh speaking. That's why I'm saying let's go and talk face to face. He's talking about the next day. If you like, then it is okay. If not, then leave it. Nobody is forcing you. If you say I can still postpone it, if you like, then only you talk. If you don't like it, then it is over.
But so it proves that the BJP MPs were themselves hunting to be purchased.
Here it is Revati Raman Singh. Here it is, they were in that sense telling him, yes, we are available. Obviously they said that. Here it is Revati Raman Singh not being entrapped. It's not that they are begging him and coercing him. It is Revati Raman Singh saying, come on the next day, talk face to face. If you want to take it, if you don't want to, don't take it.
I don't have the other version.
No, but this is the transcript on TV.
Sure, but I don't have the other side of the transcript.
No, this is the whole transcript. This is what was given before the Parliamentary Committee.
How do we know the transcript which has been made available of a sting operation that was chosen not to be telecast on the only day it was relevant is the complete transcript, and there's not another part of it which would give a completely different spin?
That's a question, A, you have to ask that particular TV channel, or B, you have to ask the Parliamentary Committee as to whether they were satisfied with that transcript or not. But the point I'm making here is, it's very simple. This clearly shows that there was no case of entrapment. And frankly, the fact of the matter is that people don't go to their superiors, indicate that, look, people have sought to bribe us, we'll trap them on camera. And I cannot understand how the police would charge them with bribe taking or entrapment.
Mohammed Salim, who hasn't spoken till now. Chandan Mitra is nodding in agreement. Paranjoy wants to come in right now. Coming to you, gentlemen. Mohammed Salim, it's not entrapment. A, it's not entrapment, argues Ryan Karanjiawala. Your take?
No, we have examined it. I was a part of that committee. It was not an ethics committee. It was a specially constituted committee in Lok Sabha. And we have, the feedback is coming. What I'm saying is this. From the very beginning, there was a lack of political will. And there was not transparency. The committee was divided, and you know that till now the government, the police agencies, the investigations have not done anything. They were not in fact trying to do anything to find out the culprits. Now also I find the TV channels these arguments and counter arguments that shows only how in the maze of the arguments the truth is not finding its way. So we have to go to the bottom of the truth. And actually, now if you see the Parliament as a fish market, at that point of time, 21st, 22nd July of 2008, it was a cattle market. And there were agencies out to buy those cattle. And Amar Singh is buying for someone else. BJP or other political parties MPs were available to find out who are there in the market. Now, whether it was entrapment, how the involvement of the television channel, it doesn't matter. It's not to protect individuals. We have to protect the institutions. And we have found that the government at the end of the day got the benefit, and they got this benefit by spending huge money. So we have to find out who else were there. Even the committee refused to examine Amar Singh. Now at least Amar Singh is cross-examined. There are other MPs also who has to be examined. There are other leaders also who has to be examined. And I don't think, I'm not sitting on the judgment seat, the law will take its own course. But the investigating agency must see the pros and cons, which the parliamentary committee was not allowed to do. Or
so, but LK Advani, for example, Paranjoy wanted to come in. Paranjoy, I think you wanted to rebut there. Coming to you, Chandan Mitra, but first Paranjoy's rebut.
I don't want to rebut. I want to make 2 or 3 points. First, whether indeed those 2 BJP former MPs who are currently in jail, whether they were indeed whistleblowers or alleged bribe takers, somebody has to decide that. Somebody has to decide the authenticity of the tapes. Somebody has to decide whether, whether there was entrapment or not. Who can decide it? Only the judiciary can decide it. Only the judges, after examining evidence from everybody concerned, can arrive at that conclusion. So, at this juncture, I think what Mr. Advani, the reaction of Mr. Advani is clearly aimed at protecting his erstwhile political aide, Mr. Sudhindra Kulkarni. Now
I must go to Chandan Mitra.
Somebody, and
I must go to Chandan Mitra. The charge has been made twice that Mr. L.K. Advani is using his stature, I'm putting it simply, Chandan Mitra, using his stature to shield many other people.
I mean, come on, for heaven's sake, Mr. Sudhindra Kulkarni does not require shielding. He is a very articulate man with a lot of, intellectual and other abilities. There's no need. He doesn't need any defense. He can defend himself. He's abroad. He'll come here and present himself before the court. There's no issue about that. Why Mr. Advani would have to come in, and Mr. Sudhindra Kulkarni is not even a member of the BJP anymore. But anyway, I think therefore this is absolutely a frivolous point.
Maybe there are others. Maybe there are others.
My point, my point to you, Arnab, is that I am deeply disappointed. I am deeply disappointed that the channel like Times Now, which was in the forefront of the national battle against corruption, you rallied behind Anna Hazare. You were a moving force in the anti-corruption agitation. Today you are doubting the veracity. For once we have caught people red-handed. This government's agents tried to bribe MPs, and our MPs went out and exposed it. And here, instead of understanding and appreciating what they did, you are questioning the things at every step and saying, you see, they are all equal. The bribe giver and the whistleblower is the same. You know, who knows what is the veracity? Or no, I expect better than this especially from your channel.
Chandan Mitra, I have the highest respect for you. You know, as a very senior journalist, I am asking the same questions on all sides. I'm asking the questions to the BJP. I'm also asking equal questions to the Congress party. My only question is there a case of entrapment? Let's put all points of view out on the table. Because Mr. Advani has spoken today, hence the obvious question is, why has he spoken today? Ryan Karanjia.
May I just say one thing? Arunabh, can I just come in here on this, on a simple point?
Quickly.
The point is, if Advani actually had blessed this whole operation, then it's only appropriate that when people who were in conduct of the operation are put in jail wrongly, according to him, he should come forward and take responsibility.
So it's a dare. It's a dare. It's a political.
It's not a dare. I mean, a leader does take responsibility for what happened under his watch.
But then why didn't he take responsibility all this while and let things come to this pass?
Did he earlier at any stage say that he didn't know about it?
No, but he didn't say. In the absence of saying.
Maybe he didn't think it would come to this pass where people would be arrested for pointing a finger at corruption.
Okay, point is taken. I want to put one question to Mohammad Salim. Do you think, sir, you've been part of the report in the past, the parliamentary report, and you along with VK Malhotra and one other person put a dissenting note. Last question to you. Do you think the parliamentary investigation should be reopened then? If the previous investigation was done without all the facts being put on the table, should that be reopened?
Yes.
Parliamentary committee was not allowed to function properly because we wanted to examine Mr. Amar Singh and Ahmed Patel, but there's a Rajya Sabha member and the committee refused to go to the Rajya Sabha through the speakers. And secondly, I don't think the parliamentary committee can do justice. Now it's a criminal investigation, there's a criminal angle, and everything, the source of the money should be in, and then who else was there, because the voting has taken place not only with these two MPs who are the whistleblowers, but there are other MPs who voted beyond their party loyalty, and that's why government won this. And that's why the government who won, they have not done anything for last 3 years. So I think the Supreme Court should monitor it properly, and I thank the petitioners who went to the petition, and now only judiciary can ensure. I don't have faith in the Delhi police also. There can be eyewash. So unless we go to the bottom of the truth and the investigators are compelled by media and court, the truth will not never come.
Right, gentlemen. Thank you very much for participating in that debate tonight. I mean, let's say the one thing here. Mr. L.K. Advani took everyone by surprise by saying that I want to be arrested as well. We haven't had a full response from the Congress party yet in Parliament. Mr. Keshav Rao, thank you very much. Paranjoy, Chandanda, Mohammad Salim and Ryan, thank you very much indeed for coming on the News Hour tonight.